What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Inside 11, and today is December the 23rd, 2022. Today is Friday. Friday is Venus Day, and right now we're talking about how your name is actually your vibration. Your name is not no physical writing or sigil. You can do that and record it, but your real name is a constant vibrating, constant in motion, constant transforming, constant moving forward or backward depending on how you direct these bodies. Because you as an observer, you have the ability to use telekinesis, which is nothing but the ability to move your thoughts and feelings around how you want to, and not, being affected necessarily by the things going on outside of you. Because when you develop that spaceship, when you develop that attribute, it's like you having a beefier, stronger spaceship. So now you can go through more asteroids, you can go through more problems, as the average person is not able to take, and things like that. So your name really is a ever constant evolving, chakras that are interconnected, and have, the interplay into each other to create this experience we call life. From you being able to speak, from you being able to write, from you being able to observe from your own point of view and things like that. Because you gotta remember, everybody is an individual. So everybody has an individual chakra. Everybody has an individual line of sight. Everybody sees things differently. Everybody acts differently. And depending on the polarity that you created or the harmony that you created, based on whatever side that you're on a percentage level, as far as where you are in your life and things like that, you might be able to move through more circumstances, let's say, more than the average person would do. So you wouldn't be lazy sitting in the couch. You want to get that adrenaline rush. What makes you vivid, what makes you livid, if that's even a word. But what causes you to animate, what causes you to wake up in the morning? Why do you even want to be born? There was something that animated you and caused you to take shape and form. Because this is the space we just molded it as a group of spirits, but we were not really as aware. Some of us are more aware spirits than other people. Some people even come from outside of this realm and reality in the form of these shapes and forms, or in the form of a thought form or a feeling, and things like that. Because you gotta understand, when people look at the idea of, let's say, ancestors, it's really like predecessors, because there's people before you that have done the same thing. So you want to hang out with people that are gonna do the same thing, so you guys can have an association. However you guys choose to systemize and structure whatever you guys do into each other's fields and things like that. Because in groups there's numbers, and often when there's when it's one person trying to, let's say, wake up the whole world. Let's say when Jesus was trying to wake up the world, his idea of himself got killed, and he wasn't able to maneuver, around the place, because people couldn't handle that type of radiation. People couldn't handle that type of exposure to that, constant vibrating thought and feeling that this person is always being, because Jesus is nothing but an allegory for the sun. So we all have our own idea of ourselves, which is our solar plexus, which is our blood. What causes you to be more alive? Certain things animate other people more than it animates yourself, and certain things animate yourself more than it animates with other people. So you gotta understand how to put these two and two together, because if you're lost into the world, you're going to be building like other people in the world. A lot of the times we don't really understand that, these people are put in front of us, as far as A-list celebrities and things like that, to really stifle actual growth. For example, as far as remembering phone numbers, now we forget that because we're constantly paying attention to this technology. Now, technology is good, don't get me wrong, but these things are utilized in such a way that it plays out against you, and it's up to you to control yourself and to run your world. Because you as an observer, you gotta go in and kill thoughts and feelings that are against you, subconscious negative programs and beliefs that are, causing disharmony, causing you to be agitated. You might have a certain moral system of not doing, necessarily what's needed in front of you. You might be like, in La La Land, or etc., etc., based on whatever polarity you are in, and you experience life, based on that and shit like that. As far as a geographical location, so all these things partake in your name and things like that. And that's why there's a lot of practice with these occult energies, which is just like reprogramming these, you're basically your melanin, what even bubbles up from it as a form of a light, because it's really like when you control the darkness, you really control the light, because now you're able to see where that light even shot off from and why. You have a clearer perspective than the average person, and that perspective becomes dangerous, let's say, because when you awaken to your own personal reality and your own personal mentality, and you know how to correlate with your reality, and you realize that all these things you was getting was just a bunch of knowledge, which is nothing but a bunch of ledges. But you can always create your own ledges. You can always create your own school of thought, observation. Now, you don't need to necessarily invent the wheel, is what I'm saying. But when you don't understand your own individual vibe, you will get lost in the wrong tribe. And a lot of people experience that as far as associations and things like that, because these examples are being presented in front of us as a form of a desire, and you are kind of lost in that sea. You're like a fish in the sea. So people don't be logical. People be lost in emotions and feelings and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that, because feelings in the right brain and creativity is very, very powerful. But even when you're lost in your left brain and you're too logical, you're too practical, you're gonna miss that nourishment. Yeah, you're gonna be good at logic, communicating, doing something practically, as far as of a lens of life, living, but you're also gonna miss the right brain element. See, we want to be able to live in complete harmony of ourselves. We want to be a whole, not in the inside divided. You're against yourself. You're against this person in the part of the family. Oh, your routine and schedule and your work, how you do every day, it's fucked up. You just go to sleep every day. Oh, you don't even have your own dream. Nothing like that. You don't have no values that you want to, maintain as far as of a long-term system to navigating reality and things like that. This is why they put things like stoicism in front of you, which is not bad. But, they give you shit, but you're really just getting lost in something. But as long as you have the clear understanding and the clear point of view, so you can understand what you're seeing, then you won't get lost in it as far as something that you're trying to adopt. Like all these identities, all these things they be having on sale to people. They have like light for sale. They got thoughts and feelings for sale. They got life for sale. But you can create those things too. Why let somebody else own an intellectual property and use it against you while you can do the same damn thing? Who said you can't take over health? Who said you can't take over religion? Who said you can't take over entertainment? We see people doing these things all the time. Whether you're the funniest person and you're posting videos, ha 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 ha, you're literally harnessing energy. You're sitting back, observing, whether you're doing it from a more inner perspective so you understand yourself, or you're doing it from more of an outer perspective so you're lost in the lights of the world and you based your comedy and things on that. There's a lot of psychology to comedy and things like that you can look into. But it's just basically understanding that we're just caught up in a paradigm. Real shit. We're just lost in that goddamn paradigm. And this paradigm has a diagram as well, as far as you being able to identify what really goes on. Because a lot of celebrities end up seeing these energies in their own life. They're like, what's really going on? Like, I feel like my swag, my vibe is being like, duplicated, on sale, all types of shit. As far as people trying to copy your intellectual property, and as far as how you see things, as far as how you do things, because people don't understand how to incarnate the word of God into their life and things like that. And that's why you lost your name in all these vibrations and all these lights and all these, all these things of the world, and you dimmed yourself down. You took your solar plexus and you moved it all the way to winter, and you're like, nah, man, I want to be cold. I don't want to have an idea of myself. There's a lot of ways you can look at it, but you choose not to participate as an individual, and you choose to dim your lights down for whatever's going on in the world. And those are mental constructs, and that's what people refer to as the matrix and things like that. Like, why is even, you gotta really, really, really question things, you know? You gotta really, really question things and not get lost in things. Because we see a lot of people in spirituality, including myself, because I would use spirituality to kind of like run away from life, hide from the government. That's stupid. You gotta actually build things. You gotta have systems. You gotta understand what's going on and not get lost in the sauce. Real shit. So yeah, real shit. Your name is your vibration. Always make sure, you know, you're cleansing yourself. You're adding to yourself things that you want to see and manifest, because that's all you're gonna see in the world anyways. If you're gonna be angry, you're gonna see red, you know, that's on you. You chose to create that circumstance for yourself to experience. So you got to take yourself out of that and learn not to react to certain simulations outside of you that lead you to that outcome. So you got to be careful how you maneuver in the mental realm, so you can manifest some super wise shit in the physical realm, and it even manifests to you being able to say things that are wise, that are you be coming up with new sayings, you be coming up with new statements, you be coming up with the new everything, because God supports his own people 100%, but God needs to see you support yourself first. So your name is not even your name. Don't look at, like, for example, my name is Osama, right? I can get a lot of like Osama bin Laden, right? Shit like that. But if you tell me that, I might tell you some shit like, yeah, you know, I'm about to blow up some shit, real shit. And you might not even know how to react to that, because if you let that esoteric rock that somebody else throws at you, you know, throw you in a frenzy and things like that, that'd be like you boxing somebody and them using your kinetic energy against you. And them, like, you know, you didn't even know what happened. But that's like demon siphoning 101, demonology 101, you know, throw things in the world. And that's like the mentality of, like, let's say even Azazel in demonology and shit like that, where you would just throw things in the world and see how people feel about it. You don't even give a fuck yourself, but the world's reacting to it. So you're understanding, hey, look, I got this person, I got this person, I got this person, I got this person. Let me carnage, motherfucker. Real shit. People really be playing out these dispositions and these mentalities, you know, because really, a lot of these words that we even see in the English language, or any language, is really just actually describing a wheel and a hieroglyphic, because we're describing every moment of time that we experience things, whether we want to break it down simply to, oh, I'm feeling up, oh, I'm feeling down, oh, I'm feeling right about this, nah, man, I left the group, I cut, things like that. So there's a lot of ways to slice it and dice it. So that's why you got to understand what you're maneuvering on, so you can actually like start to do some esoteric kung fu, and you can really be maneuvering some energies. You really got mental telekinesis. You're pushing thoughts and feelings. You know the outcome of what you're already doing. Like, for example, I know that just me coming here and speaking these words, talking like this, is also going to attract me. Certain groups are going to look at me like, why is this person different from the world? You think you're better than everybody? This and this and that. But you're really just self-reflecting whatever you're experiencing, that you're coming short on. So, you know, there's no need for that. There's no need for stupidity. We got to actually start to discuss reality and not get lost in this goddamn Jewish mentality and shit like that, and play these Jewish lights, and niggas trying to be like cutthroat, literally playing out stories in the Bible. This is why even like in anime, for example, anime, as far as Japanese series, take a lot of their influences from Jewish scriptures, literature, works, and things like that, because it's the most advanced mythological point-to-point interaction of thought and feelings that's written in the text. But they might not even realize it. You can say some simple shit like, oh, the sun god, but okay, can you talk about the sun god more as far as a reference point and connect it to other reference points and start to juggle those reference points, so you can talk about the multitudes and the latitudes and all that. That's what like quantum physics is. That's what, like, you know, adding numbers to an equation that you're trying to verbalize, as far as, you know, because when you understand what's going on in your reality and you're really using signs, and you understand how to push, pull, you understand how to use contrast, maneuver around things, do all types of chakra wheels, you know what I'm saying? You would be a bad motherfucker, because then can nobody stop you. But you gotta get over whatever is stopping you from getting there. And it's gonna be a lack of clarity, it's gonna be a lack of structure, you know, and a lack of knowing yourself. But mostly a lack of clarity. Because hardly only a few people can see life clearly. And clearly is a 7th, 8th, 9th dimensional concept where you see pearl. You see the clearest, you know, thought and feeling, where you're not corrupted by the shit of the world. You're not even paying attention to that, because whatever you're paying attention to, that's already the hardest shit ever. And it gets time. You need time to get there, because it's not an on and off thing. You know, you can do it, but most people don't know how to do that. Most people are lazy. Most people sit on the couch all day. But it's a mental thing. You know, you can sit on the couch and still run the whole world. But because you have such a fucking hard mentality, you have such a hard nation inside of you, you know, you ain't even tripping. So yeah, that's all it is. And we, you know, got some powerful information as well. Check out the link in the description, where we go more into the details of how to, you know, organize and create and live within the kingdom of God, and you being able to live within a system of virtues and principles that's correlated to you, because you are the ruler of your kingdom, and you should oversee it. You should oversee the distribution. You should oversee the regeneration. You should oversee the organization of, as far as your time and your schedule and your ability to, you know, cause things to happen and cause things not to happen, or whatever, you know, real shit. But that's the point. The point is to get to know yourself, and the point is to get to the next level. So yeah, check it out. And yeah, we're gonna see you guys next time.